If you would like to know more about the case of Alphonso Harris, please continue watching.
You are watching Roll a Mile in My Shoes TV.
In 2010, the FBI sent a letter to the remaining family members of Alphonso Harris, aka the Bear, to many of his family and friends. And that he got that name because he cared about everybody and he had a warm, kind, loving heart, or that's what many people who say knew him. He died due to an altercation at an Albany nightclub. At least that's what police say in the letter that was sent to his surviving family members. The FBI said his death didn't appear to be racially motivated, but this was the year 1966, so it could have been, and they just decided to cover it up and make it look like he got into an altercation at an Albany nightclub. Now, I could not find a date of birth for Alphonso Harris, but he was 32 at the time of his death. So that should give you the year, although we don't have the exact date that he was born. And police said that his death could have been in connection with his affiliation with his group, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, or it could have been due to his civil rights activism or anything like that, because back then, being a civil rights activist or anything of that nature puts a huge target on your back, and many times these targets come from people such as the police in the community, especially back then, which was mostly white police officers. And so I'm pretty sure he could have been walking home or anything, and they just decided to arrest him and, kill him and make it look like he got into an altercation at a nightclub, because they're covering their, their heads or whatever. And I just, I don't believe that he was even in a nightclub, because seeing as he was a Christian, he wouldn't be in a place like that. That makes no sense to me. And who knows what happened, because we didn't have cameras like that back then, like we do today, to record everything that we see or everything that goes on, or even stuff that shouldn't be on social media. But I just don't see him being in a place like that. He could have been walking home or going to a friend's house and what have you, and this could have happened to him because he possibly was stopped by the police, and they didn't like the answer that he gave them, as in many cases, and they decided to rough him up and kill him to teach him a lesson for talking back, as they did back then and still to this day. But I hope that even though they have decided to close this case, I hope that somebody somewhere can give a deeper look into this case, or even, like I said in other videos, somebody's grandparent or great grandparent, was heard talking about this or even bragging about this. And if there's a child of that person, who's out there that can come forward, just give these police officers, the information that they need so that they can, bring this family some closure, because they deserve it after all these years of losing a loved one, because nobody deserves to lose a loved one, especially to murder, to a police officer or what have you. However he died, no one deserves to lose a loved one at a young age like that. So hopefully somewhere somebody knows something and they can say something to help this family get some justice, even though the case is closed. But we all know that cases can be reopened, because in my opinion, and I think everybody else will agree, and the law does as well, there is no statute of limitations on murder. So let somebody somewhere have the heart to say something if they know something. But if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.